This is C3, Couples Casual Conversation. I'm GregoryDeon.
I'm DorianMarie.
And we are here to have a conversation.
Today we're going to talk about venting about your partner to other people and the standard that we set in our relationship when it comes to going to other people, family members, friends, talking about our partner, things that they do that bother us, things that irritate us, and how we handle that. You want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Man, we spend a lot of time juggling thoughts in our heads, and we want somebody to just sit and listen. But in relationships, sometimes we make the mistake of venting to somebody outside of the relationship, and that can go so many different ways. A lot of times we try to vent to our friends that are not in relationships. We vent to our friends that have been in broken relationships. We vent, and what we tend to do sometimes when we vent out, we're not necessarily looking for advice, but that tends to be what happens. That advice does come, and then we go back to our relationships and try to implement that advice, and it don't work.
Right, because every relationship is different. Then someone will say, well, then what's the point of having friends? That's why I have a girlfriend. That's why I have a homeboy. We're not talking about if there's violence and there's things that you need to go and report and you need to talk about. But the point to me of having a friend is that friend should help you grow, personal development. It shouldn't be where that's a place where they can come and vent and dump, trash into you. And that's what I used to have in the past. And I would have girlfriends that would just want to talk about their man and talk about what they're doing. And I just didn't feel good about it. Even back then, even before I evolved, I didn't feel good about talking about him to me. He's the person that I have the issue with. So I need to go to him, and I don't even like the word vent. It's have a conversation, right? I need to have a conversation with him, and we need to communicate, and we need to talk about what it is. Because once you go and talk to your partner, sometimes that girl that you're talking to may even want your man, right? Or sometimes they may give you bad and ill advice because they're single and they want to sabotage what you have so that you can be single and then y'all can be together and then go on girl trips.
So we find it a little bit easier to have those awkward conversations with other people. 'Cause sometimes we try to hide the truth, but it's more difficult to have that conversation with someone that knows the truth. So
Right.
That's the challenge right there within yourself. So, go face to face with your partner, with the person that you're with, or just with a friend, if for that matter, and just say, hey, these are my concerns, these are my thoughts, and I just want to share them with you. What we have found to be successful between us is just, doesn't matter how difficult it is. It doesn't matter what the topic may be. It doesn't matter how we're going to feel in the moment, but just open up your mouth and just say, this is what I'm feeling. And make sure that you're mindful not to point the finger and say, you. Say, this is just how I feel.
There are two people that you should talk to when there's an issue, the person and yourself. Because to me, I'm going to talk to him about the issue and then I'm going to go manifest the best version of him. I'm not going to go and run and tell my mom, my sister about him. I'm going to talk to him and then I'm going to talk to myself and create the version of him that I want. And just like he does with me, we manifested each other. And we're going to talk about that in another video. But the venting and going to report, and it always backfires. Nothing really good comes out of that. Because this is the person that you have the challenge with. So that's who you should talk to. And if it can't be fixed there, then what's somebody else going to do? But
Get in the way.
Yeah,
that's what ends up happening. They end up getting in the way.
Right.
But now you're trying to juggle another person within your relationship. And they're going to give you the advice based on what they've experienced. But you can only apply what you've experienced with the person that you're with. Because, they may give you good advice that has worked for them, but they're not the person that you're dating. They're not the person that you're with. You don't have a relationship or a friendship with them. And you may, but it's not on that level to where you're, day in and day out, trying to build or come together with this person that you in love.
Right. And that is the number one way to protect a relationship is to go to each other. And that's going to be another topic. How do you protect your relationship from outside influences?
That's good. This is C3.